Listen to this, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if it'll play. Damn, come on, man. Load up now. Nah, I know all my dogs. Well, I ain't gave y'all no names. Y'all just know Mac. Y'all don't know who the hell Mac is. Mac Attack. Y'all don't know who Mac is. It ain't loading up, man, but it's on some shit. But basically, cigarettes are terrible, man. Cigarettes are bad for you. Marvin shows up and we see him drinking a Coca-Cola Classic in there. You know what I'm saying? Same thing that we own, but that's my Uncle Gerald. Now, what we see between Gerald and Marvin is all right, listen. Gerald and Marvin, they were in anger management classes. We know Marvin actually saved Gerald, and he's like, hey, Gerald, I know you got a lot of shit going on, but whatever happened that night, don't worry about it. And Gerald is basically saying, hey, I apologize for calling you up, but I knew you was the only person I could go to because sometimes you got to have a friendship saying, hey, listen, if I need this, then cool. So one thing about me, if I fuck with you and you one of the people that I can trust, 'cause you know I don't trust many people. Shout out to my dog Frake. Like I said, when we went to London, like when I was out here, all my niggas that I'm cool with now, Ayo Trill, like I met them when they were like 18, 19. So for me, I got overseas for my first time at 28. So when I was here, I used to always tell the younger dudes, enjoy your time overseas because you never know if you ever gonna make it back. Now I got a couple of my homeboys that came over here for like 2 years and they sent them back to the States. They never got to experience this shit again. You see, I came back over here because life is just different. But what I would tell them is like, hey, roll with us this weekend. All you got to do is get you a hotel room. I'll supply like the liquor. I'll pay for your food and stuff. Because I always wanted people to experience these type of situations. So there's like certain people when I would leave out of town for the weekend, I would give the key to my house so they didn't have to stay in the dorms. I got a 4-bedroom house now. My old house was a 3-bedroom house. So all of my rooms, there's always somewhere you can stay. I always got one guest room. You can stay on the couch. So I got two places. Here, I got a guest room, I got the couch, I got a loft. So that's where three people can stay. Like I always want to make sure there's a spot for people to stay because I want to look out for people. And even the people I'm kind of cool with, if they come to the city from the base, like Ramstein or something, if you need a place to stay, if you get drunk, you can come pull up to the crib and you got your room. You can stay there because I don't want anybody getting in trouble for anything. So I'm only saying all of this because we're seeing how Marvin is relating to our boy Gerald. Now, there's no judgment here. I understand, you 28, 29, you 26 years old, you getting drunk, man. You enjoying your life. I want everyone to be safe because I understand where it came from. You already know I was facing 4 years at fucking Leavenworth for some shit they tried to accuse me for. Beat that case. When I got the DUI in 2017, I beat that case, facing 2 years in Leavenworth. I beat all these cases. So I don't believe in drinking and driving because even though they tried to pin that shit on me, I always had a plan. So even when you guys see me fucked up on this live, I knew not to go out. Y'all told me to end the live. Okay, cool. But for me, it's always like knowing what the fuck you doing. And Gerald admits to that. So that's one reason I'm like, okay, Gerald is cool with my book. So for Marvin to be this cool with him, and it's no judgment because sometimes, yeah, you might have a little bit too much to drink. Sometimes it's like that. And I understand because I mean it's life, man. Nobody's perfect. I'm not even perfect. Some mornings I wake up, I gotta be at work at 8 o'clock. Some mornings I might wake up and be in that motherfucker at 8:10. 8:15, but I'm gonna do my job when I get there. So I always look at it like this. We don't care what your preference or orientation is. Can you do the job? So for me, I'm never ever, even if I am a supervisor, I'm never gonna knock you for showing up late. As long as you're doing your job when you get there and you're making sure that all your work is complete, that's all I can ask for you. That's all I can ask for you. But see, Gerald, on the other hand, Gerald was on that shit. It wasn't like Gerald was just drinking. Gerald was on that shit. Because remember, it was a $500 fee to get Gerald the fuck up out of here. So for Gerald to get up out of there, Marvin had to do what he had to do. Now Marvin shows up and he told him straight up, "There's no judgment. No judgment. We got a little bit of yak. We get a little bit of seltzer. We just doing it all because guess what? We don't care. We don't care. As long as you enjoying life, that's all I can ask of you. That's all I can ask of you." Hey, you right. I forgot about that, Kendall. He did take the candy out of there and start eating in there. So, all right, we got to put that on the list. What do you mean? Shout out to Kendall for calling that out. Well, there's no judgment zone here. And Marvin is talking to Gerald, and Gerald is like, "Man, my bad, dog. I miss Renee." Now, there's only been on some real shit. There's only been, if I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, if I'm just gonna be transparent with y'all, outside of my sister, there's only been two times outside of my sister passing. There's only been two times in my life that I ever cried over a female. There's only been two times. One was my divorce, and the second one was when my man. Rest in peace to Denisha. When when one of the women that I was messing with, like man, me and her were like super cool. We were super cool. She ended up passing. She lost control of her vehicle. I was in basic training. I went to basic training. When I got out, the first week I went to tech school, she lost control of her vehicle and went off the road. I guess she went into a ditch and she passed away. There's only been two times outside of my sister passing that I've ever cried. Me and her, we was always cool, man. That hurt. That hurt for me. And whenever I go back to Kansas City, when I go into Lee Summit, I see like they got a little well, not a bouquet, but it's like a little heart with her initials in it. Whenever I see that when I pass, man, I kind of tear up, man. That's messed up. It's messed up. Like you go and you just do like your own little research. You see like the last tweet that she did, like she had a little girl too. Like I'm gonna find out who her daughter's with. I'm probably send her like 5 bands, like for real, for real. Like me and her mom were like we were super cool. Like So one of my homegirls that hit me up when I was in tech school and said that she had passed. She like, yeah, your girl, she passed. I'm like, damn. Now it didn't hit me that moment, but that night I like took a shower and I got into bed that night. I ended up crying, man. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. But she was always cool with me, so I kept track. I know who her daughter's with, like she's with her mom and stuff. I mean, I didn't know her mom like that personally, but I'm gonna send it like I'm gonna save her some bread. I'm gonna send her some like I sent her $1,500. Not the first year, but the first like the anniversary. I sent her daughter $1,500. But I'm gonna find out where her mom. I'm gonna send her like 5 bands. But there's only been 2 times that outside of my sister passing that I ever cried over like a woman. But yeah, me and her, we was super cool, man. It's unfortunate, man. Like I knew homeboys that died in like school and stuff. I ain't never like cry over none of them. But yeah, man, like, she sent the text message out and they said that she was driving. She lost control of her vehicle and went off the road, bro. Like, man, I heard that. I was in tech school. My other homegirl had texted me, like, hey, you available? She called me. I'm like, damn, what's up? She told me, I'm like, damn. Yeah, so every time I drive by, like, man, I tear up a little bit because I'm like, man, damn, you never know what would have, like, you never know what would have happened out of that. So when I see this with Marvin, and the same thing with Jukebox, when I was talking about it, like how my nephews were, it's like, man, some of these shits they be hitting home. I know it's a TV show, but at the same time, it's like, man, when you got somebody that you know that you can talk to, regardless, you may have your blemishes and your, you know what I'm saying, your discrepancies in life. But when you got somebody that you can actually talk to, and Marvin was the same way. Marvin was like, hey, I can gain some shit from me and you just talking. But that's how it is. Like my dog Mac is like my best friend. So when I joined the military, when I went to Georgia, my dog Mac that I'm talking about, like, man, I'll never ever discredit Mac. Me and Mac, I don't know, for some reason, me and him, pause, we got a connection. Like, that's my dog, man. That's my dog. So that's why I be talking about like Mac. But Ayo Trill, that's my dog too. When I first got to Germany, that's like the first nigga I met in Germany. We was at the DFAC. He was the med group. I was in the med group. We got an OG. He was our mentor, both of our mentors. And he was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? He like, you gotta look out for each other. Plus, I was what, 28 years old. So I think my dog Trill was like 18. I think I'm like 10 years older than him. But shit, we was at the DFAC. Shit, I hit him up like, hey, bro, you played 2K? I went over there and sat down with them one day to eat, played 2K. And ever since then, I've been knowing him since 2013. So like the connection that you build with people, you can't deny that. And when you're in the military overseas, that's like legit your family. That's why when I talk about the military, of course you got your downsides to it, but when you overseas, this is all you really got. Like I'm not hanging out with no German niggas. You know what I mean? Like, so this is really all you got. So me and Trill, I've known that nigga since 2013, and for my 4 years, like that was my dog. Like that was my family. So that's why when Ayo Trill comes into the chat, I always show my nigga love. He's a younger dude, but I watched this young man grow up. You know what I'm saying? From 18 to the 28-year-old he is now. It's been 10 years. Did I talk about your ex-wife yet? Nah, 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 not yet. So we got Marvin. After Marvin Brillo, we're gonna go and talk about we have 2 more people before we get to Raquel. So after Marvin, we got what's the dude name? Unique and Ronnie, and then we go over to Unique, not Unique, but to Raquel. If you want me to send you the link, Brillo, I'll send you the link. Because we've already pretty much talked about Marvin. So we're gonna wrap this up. I'm just telling this story to relate what's going on between Marvin and Gerald. These two, this is all they really got. Outside of Marvin's family, who does he have to talk to? If he ain't selling drugs in Manhattan, it's just Gerald. So the reason I'm telling y'all all that, and that's why I brought up like the cigarette stuff. I was really trying to relate it to how me and Mac are so damn cool, how me and AOY who are so cool. I'm relating it. I'm gonna give you real stories, but I'm trying to correlate it to what the hell we got going on. Now, I ain't the best to do this. I never said I was, but damn it, if I ain't the best, I'm trying to be top 20, top 30, top 40. That Remy get to kicking in. When the Remy in the system ain't no telling, will I tell the truth or will I disassume? That's what I be telling him. I'm a pimp by blood, non-relation. You know what I mean? Brillo said, I'm shooting moves until my live. Gotta take got I'm shooting. Hold on. I'm shooting moves until my live. Got to take to the lawyer. I need a piece of that business she got. That's what I'm assuming he's saying. Hey, what up, Ruthie? Where we at? Where we at? All right. Let me pick this up. All right. So Marvin, him and Gerald, they get to talking. They get to talking, and then he meets up with. We know about him sitting down with Jukebox. Now, Marvin is going to make sure that Jukebox gets the best deal, or he's going to do some gangster shit. So we really don't need to go into too much depth with that. But we do know that Marvin is going to make sure that Jukebox is getting the best deal out of this, or he's going to withdraw her from the actual group. And then the last thing we already talked about it with Lulu, because that's the last time we see Marvin. So that's why, like, I'm trying to group these together where we don't have to do too much talking about them. But as far as Marvin's character goes, when he works with Lulu, he's talking about potentially setting up shop. Now Lulu is saying, "Hey, we don't want you to set up shop in here. We want the bar to be the bar. We'll get money off of the door and off of the drink he drank." And that's really good. And Marvin actually comes to an agreement with that. Like, all right, cool. We can do that. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna ask for nothing much. We can make that happen. Do you guys think that's a good idea to let Lulu do what he's gonna do, or should Marvin be trying to push some drugs in here? Matter of fact, do you think that Marvin's gonna be pushing some drugs within the club outside of Lulu's guidance? All right, Kendall saying no drugs. Bet. Miss Cheryl said that Marvin, she thinks that Marvin's gonna push him. See, I don't want that's what I was talking about last night. I think I forget who it was, man. You know, I when it comes to names and shit and remembering all that stuff, I just remember somebody asked me, "Do I think that Marvin's gonna move drugs?" And I'm like, nah, man. Let this be legit. Cause I want to see Lulu. I want to see Lulu 100% doing something on his own. And this is giving Marvin a chance to also redeem himself because right now it's really starting to look a little bad. Now, I may be the only nigga on the internet that has been saying this from season one that Raquel may have set Marvin up to get him out the picture because reading the descriptions of what the hell has been going on behind the scenes, it looks like Raquel took over the organization from High Post because High Post he got killed for snitching, but we know that Raquel has been snitching, but she set up Kanan. Does that mean that Raquel potentially set up Marvin? But that's just my theory. I've been saying that for 3 seasons, and people been telling me, Modi, you tripping. So I want to see Lulu and Marvin actually make some legit money on their own. I know it sounds complicated. I know it sounds like it might not work. But I want to see I want to see like a legit club from Lulu. You know what I mean? I don't want to see if he starts this off and then Marvin's bringing in drugs and they bring it down within a episode. I want to see Lulu at least get like 2 to 3 episodes. Like when I say 2 to 3 episodes, I want to see, all right, boom, we established this. Next week, we see, okay, they do like a live performance. The next week after that, Lulu is like going through the books or something. And then like maybe week 3, which would be episode 5, 6, 7. Maybe episode 7, we see, okay, now it's starting to be a little drama here. I want to see the club actually do something good and Marvin start to make some money. Now, not the money that he's making in Manhattan, but just enough money off of the door and off of the drinks that, okay, this is feasible. Hey, Eric, be safe, brother. Joseph said, I hope not. Don't dirty up the club. That's what I'm saying. I want to see Lulu actually put this together because we know what Rock got going on. With Rock, she's got the Southside Plaza. If she pieces that together, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate on Rock. I'm just saying, like, and I got theories, just like everybody else got theories. I want to see Lulu actually evolve and actually be able to take over some shit. And we say, okay, damn, Lulu had an opportunity. He actually took advantage of it. Now his brother is funding all of this because he got the leftover dope. And I know that Rock has some money. I got to go back and watch episode 2 where she was talking to Unique about where the money came from. But I'm assuming that Marvin either just took the dope out of the stash house and she kept the money, or he took some money and the dope because I know he's selling dope on Manhattan, but that's the dope that they got left, not marijuana.